It's hard to find a more passionate artist in modern pop than Billie Eilish. Her songs are unique, atmospheric, emotionally driven, and most of all, just goddamn beautiful.
Somebody keeps getting sparkling water, and I don't know who.
And she's even a goofy goober too. What's crackin', Clutch Nation? And welcome to another episode of Rank 'em, where we are doing something different today. On past episodes of Rank 'em, I ranked an artist's albums. But today, I kind of want to do something different because in ranking albums, I kind of relied on external clips for humor, and I'd rather just cook up my own, keep it entertaining according to my style rather than relying on clips made by other people to make you guys giggle and jitter. So today, I'm gonna try ranking an artist's tracks rather than their albums. It just makes me feel like I can cook a little more. And I feel there's no better artist to start this with than Billie Eilish. So, why Billie Eilish? Well, 'cause she's my queen, girl! Oh no, king! Please don't clip that. I was mocking Billie Eilish stans. I'm not one of them. The actual reason I'm covering Billie Eilish is because I think she makes some bomb-ass music. Just because I ain't the target demographic, don't mean I don't enjoy me some bangin'-ass music. And Billie Eilish cooks that all the time. She is by far the most unique figure in the pop industry right now, and needs to be covered by someone with based opinions. Anyhow, I hate wasting y'all's time, so let's just get straight into this with what I believe to be the worst Billie Eilish track, in my humble opinion, starting with I'm an uncultured swine who doesn't enjoy spoken poetry or ambient music. Therefore, this song ensures a good night's sleep, rather than an actual, solid musical experience for my brain. I'd never expect a Billie Eilish song to sound like 808s and Heartbreaks by Kanye West. Here we are, and I don't like it. Don't ever do this again. This track really should have just been an interlude. I mean, I like 3 seconds of it, that part that goes, they're gonna tell you what you wanna hear. They're gonna tell you when to disappear. But the rest of it just feels like goddamn filler. I really don't understand why Bitches Broken Hearts was ever made. It doesn't really add anything to her discography. Although I find that guy who's constantly going, May, really funny for some reason. Guys, you gotta believe me, I'm not a pick-me who just hates on any song that's popular. That being said, her most popular song is really just kind of annoying and repetitive, and I have no idea why this, of all tracks, had to be the one that blew up. Ocean Eyes feels like the only Billie Eilish song that could be made by Adele, and I don't really like Adele, so, well, you have your reason for the placement right there. Man, I love Come Out and Play by The Offspring. I had no idea there was a Billie Eilish song called Come Out and Play before this video, and I remember nothing about it still. It's the most forgettable track in her discography. IMO. Just like Bad Guy, I find Bury a Friend repetitive, annoying, and not deserving of its popularity. But it gets a little higher because the bridge is goddamn beautiful. I mean, it's by far one of my favorite bridges by Billie Eilish. That said, the song can't go any higher because the main song itself isn't for me. I feel like I should love I Love You, and I don't. It just feels too repetitive, and it doesn't really go anywhere. That being said, it's a great vocal performance. It's just the song itself is pretty disappointing. I really like the core sound here, but I feel they could not make it a cohesive song because this song just drags. It's a great core sound that just does not hold up as a song. The vibe and atmosphere here are absolutely excellent, but they don't know when to stop, and the song goes on and on and on. The baby voice is the only way I could describe it on this song. Annoys the ever-living shit out of me. But Billie's actual real voice and singing parts are amazing, causing a kind of conflicted placement, so it just kind of ends up here. Oxytocin would make for an absolutely excellent interlude. As a song, it's really just mid. It's fine. It's fine, but it makes me also feel like a super sexy spy. You know, this song spends its whole runtime building up to something, and it never pays off. It never climaxes. I got a case of blue balls in my eardrum. Party Favor has a very pleasant vibe that makes me feel all cozy inside. It's not a very good song though. I just don't get it. Maybe I'm just a simpleton, but this song just feels like about 50 different ideas, but none of them really being all that fleshed out. Like, this song just kind of wanders for 5 minutes. I don't know, maybe my taste is too NPC, but I just don't get it. We got another one-trick pony on our hands here. Great at the vibes. Vibes are immaculate. But when all you have are the vibes, are you truly valuable? Now we're at songs I actually like. This one is just the one I like the least, because it's just kind of boring at points. Overall though, good song. I absolutely adore this song's authenticity and genuineness. It's just really not all that engaging at all. I absolutely adore this song's authenticity, and wait a gosh darn second. This is the exact same criticism as the last one. Next song. Bellyache is definitely the most experimental track on Don't Smile at Me, and I often pair the word experimental with the word, well, 2 words, of bad pacing. Still though, it's got a very nice atmosphere, and I think it's a well enough listenable track. I feel I Didn't Change My Number is a track that just has no idea what it wants to be, making it a very unique and fun listen, but really not holding up to anything above it either. As soon as I throw this attitude-filled anthem on, I instantaneously feel the blonde hair streaming out of the back of my scalp. It bangs. If Sigma women were to ever become a species in the next few decades, this would most certainly be their choice of an anthem, because this song is absolutely badass. Well, I never thought in all of my life I would describe a song about stalking as fun. But like, this song has goofy ass whistles, how could it not be fun? Same case with Lunch. Who would have guessed a song about cannibalism would be this fun? Like, it's so boppy and bouncy, I find myself constantly singing, I could eat that girl for lunch, and this song isn't about cannibalism, is it? Ew! Male Fantasy is an absolutely beautiful and heart-wrenching song that I can certainly say with confidence is nobody's male fantasy. Halley's Comet is a beautiful song. Absolutely fantastic. The most beautiful song in her discography, except for the 28 above this. But still, it's gorgeous. A strong chorus, strong verses, and a title that always gives me the weirdest looks when the homies be catching me listening to this. What can I say though? It's a banger. It's good. Birds of a Feather is probably Billie's closest song to H&M core. And if you don't know what that means, you know, the music that plays when you're walking around H&M, and there's very little substance. Yet this song defies the typical conventions of H&M core by being deceptively simple and actually having a lot of depth, along with being catchy, fun, and a breezy, simple track. I don't know anyone who could truly hate this song. Damn, is this song ever just carried by its chorus? I mean, the entire song's pretty damn bland, and then that chorus comes on, and it's just angelic, bro. It just hits. Nah, man. I don't walk around in public with my strange addiction playing in my headphones while thinking I'm the most mysterious person in the room, where in actuality, everyone knows pretty much everything about me. That couldn't be me. I don't know how Ilo Milo does it, but I could be in a room full of my closest friends and homies, and if this song was on, I'd still feel like the most isolated, alone person in the world. It's just a cold song with such a gripping atmosphere. Leaves a man cold inside, while still feeling comforted. Many artists could only pray to have a track as good as 6 Feet Under in their entire career. This was Billie Eilish's first song. God damn! Girl hit home run right out of the gate. Banger song that showcases the instantaneous talent she had in the scene. Dark and ominous sounds don't really create very catchy songs. And here we have what could be Billie Eilish's most catchy song. It's a banger, instantly, but it's still got that mysterious, edgy, dark vibe that most of Billie's music has, and as always, it hits. I am still absolutely bamboozled how a movie could have both I'm Just Ken and What Was I Made For on the same soundtrack. Obviously the GOAT is I'm Just Ken, but still, I could not think of a better closer for Hit Me Hard and Soft than Blue. I mean, it's the only track with an orchestra. Obviously, it has to be the finale. And a goddamn immaculate finale it is. This song is not fun. This song is actually quite depressing. But because it's depressing, it's emotionally investing. And because of that, I can't help but love this song. Because it grips me in my heart bones and in my brain. I can't really describe The Greatest as a song, more so a build-up to what could possibly be considered the most powerful chorus of the decade, and we haven't even really started the decade. I mean, the sheer ferocity of the chorus and the bridge on this song, hardcore carry the whole album pretty much, and this is one of the best albums of the year. I genuinely have to cut onions every time I'm listening to My Future, because if I don't have an excuse for being more emotional than the entire cast of Euphoria combined. This is a lyrically awful and depressing song, and when I'm listening to it, I'll just sit there, cozied up in a blanket, smiling with a cup of coffee, because it's such a vibe. And then I read the lyrics, but I just ignore that because it's such a vibe. Is my boy repetitive? Yes. Does my body care? No, because it is too busy bouncing up and down, bopping to the beat for the entire duration. The 30th edges out TV on the same EP simply because not only is it depressing, but it's also catchy as hell. Billie Eilish does not get enough credit for her very first EP. It is absolutely bonkers how this EP's quality is higher than 90% of modern pop albums. I Don't Wanna Be You Anymore just represents that the best. I don't often associate Billie Eilish with acoustic elements, but when the two combine, it's a power that's unparalleled by any artist in the industry. She just needs to use this little thing called the guitar more, because your power is exceptional. I ain't ever heard of this Khaled dude, but I sure definitely want to hear more of him now, because his harmonies with Billie Eilish are exceptional. I mean, I don't know anyone else who can harmonize with Billie Eilish this well. Their voices are so vocally different, yet mesh so well. I must say, it's a pretty intelligent move to open your second album with a song called Getting Older, establishing evolution from the first title alone. And I must say, there's plentiful evolution to be found here, because this track is invigorating and interesting, and let me say it again, beautiful. It's always a ballsy move, no matter what, to open an album with a slow, emotional track. Skinny was the right call because it instantly invigorated my soul into listening to this album as an experience. And out of all the tracks on the album, it was by far the best choice for an opening track. Wildflower is a great track before the chorus even starts. And then the chorus does start, and then you realize, man, Wildflower is not only a great track, it's fantastic. This chorus is career-defining in its beauty, elegance, and just damn catchiness, as always. Okay, so I want to feel cool. I want to feel badass. I want to feel like the one who knocks. What do? I play Copycat by Billie Eilish, which sounds counterintuitive, but listen to this song and tell me it doesn't make you feel like the coolest person in the room, because if you tell me otherwise, you're lying. Man, I gotta say, life could only truly be complete if I hear this song in a cafe, because this is by far one of the most chill, relaxed tracks ever. So I gotta hear it in one of the most chilled, relaxed places ever. If I don't, life is not completed. Am I the target demographic for the song about calling out an ex-boyfriend for being an absolute lost cause in life? No. Do I still pretend this song was made for me as I flip off the world and live in my own little fantasy? Of course I do, because this is an absolute banger. This song has some absolutely exceptional lyrics about the perseverance in not taking drugs, in a world and an environment that loves taking drugs. On top of that, the vibe here is unmatched in pop, and most of all, the atmosphere is thick! This is some thick atmosphere. I am absolutely buggered and torn that I don't know how to pronounce one of my favorite songs by Billie ever. I mean, this is by far her best vocal performance in my opinion. It's just so cohesive and clean and elegant. It's got a very pleasant atmosphere. The lyrics are exceptional and relatable, even as one of the fellas. The only thing holding it back for me is that kind of last minute of like Charlie XCX core. I like Charlie XCX, but I don't know, it didn't really fit the vibe of this song, and that last minute just kind of feels unnecessary. Without it, I think this track would be number one, but alas, it's not. Happier Than Ever has pretty much everything I love about Billie Eilish's music in one song. It's emotionally gripping, beautifully produced, has tons of unique sound, exceptional production, an exceptional vocal performance, and that all comes together into what can only be described as an objective masterpiece. There is no opinion on this track. It is objectively a masterpiece. And that's not even the number one slot, which just so happens to go to, I actually don't know how to pronounce this one, Chihiro. Let's go with Churro for now. Churro is nearly fantastical in its level of quality, elegance, sound, atmosphere, performance. It is just a masterclass of a pop song. And it mainly gets this placement because it's a track that actually belongs in the very small category of songs that emotionally resonate with me. I don't emotionally connect to many songs. This one has my heart. It's gripped around my heart and it pulls me straight in, and I will forever love this song. And I say that in the most goddamn masculine way I can, because it's true, and it's a gripping song that's good. Yeah. Anyhow, you don't like Billie Eilish? Check out Churro, and you'll understand. Because I truly believe it holds the title of Billie Eilish's greatest masterpiece. I don't know if you can properly tell, but I just so happen to like Billie Eilish's music. For the level of quality she has in her music, and only having 3 albums, she's got one hell of a future ahead. Is her discography perfect? No. But not even the godfathers of Glaze, Radiohead, have a perfect discography. The King of Limbs exists. So, for you to hold that against any artist is completely and utterly ridiculous. But alas, now it's time for you to take action. If my opinions were horrendous enough to do damage to your soul, let me know in the comments by tearing me a new one, ripping me apart, tearing into my soul for my based opinions. If you happen to enjoy my opinions or just enjoyed the video itself, why don't you do me a favor and leave me a like, or perhaps even subscribe, or maybe donate to me. I don't actually have a donate button, and I probably never will, but still. The video is now over, so it is time for you rambunctious Gumpkins to leave. Spread your wings, fly off to more content in the YouTube stream, and have yourself a pleasant day.